Women teaching women. If she were listening, what I would tell her about women and their identity, about who she's becoming. If she were listening, she'd need to hear this first. You don't have to be loud to be strong. You don't have to be perfect to be loved. You don't have to rush to prove anything to anyone. Strength doesn't announce itself first. It steadies. It endures. It knows when to speak and when not to. Teach her that character matters more than attention. That being seen isn't the same as being known. And that the approval of the crowd has never been a reliable compass. Teach her that boundaries are not rejection. They're clarity. Sometimes they're protection. They protect what's tender, and they make room for what is real. Teach her that waiting is not weakness. That discernment often looks like this restraint does, and that some doors don't close because she's not worthy, but because they would cost her too much to walk through. Teach her that comparison quietly steals your peace. It has a way of distorting your vision, and it breeds urgency where patience is needed. It turns becoming into a competition no one actually wins. Teach her that dignity is built when no one else is watching. In private decisions, quiet consistency, and in choosing integrity, even when it goes unnoticed. A woman's sense of self shapes every relationship she will enter. It'll decide what she tolerates and what she chases, and what she believes she deserves. Help her see clearly, not who the world tells her to be, but who she is becoming when she chooses truth over performance and steadiness over approval. That kind of vision, it doesn't just change your life. It steadies everyone who comes near her. And what about women in her voice? About speaking without shrinking and without hardening. If she were listening, this is what I would need her to know. Your voice does not exist to keep peace at any cost. and it does not exist to overpower the room. It exists to tell the truth with clarity, with restraint, and without apology for its existence. Many women learned early that being agreeable kept them safe. Silence, it avoided conflict. Swallowing words was a part of belonging. Others learned the opposite, that the only way to be heard was to be sharp, loud, and relentless. Neither's freedom. Teach her that she doesn't have to disappear to be loving. She doesn't have to harden just to be taken seriously. Teach her that her voice can be steady without being harsh, clear without being cruel, firm without being defensive. Now, please help her learn the difference between explaining herself and standing her ground. She does not owe everyone access to her thoughts and her reasons, but she does owe herself honesty. Teach her that speaking the truth will sometimes make things awkward, sometimes uneven, and sometimes even quiet for a moment or more. But that doesn't mean she was wrong. It means something real just entered the room. Something that needed to be said. Something that needed to be acknowledged, whether it is or not. Teach her to notice how her body responds when she silences herself too often. That tightness, that fatigue, that quiet resentment that festers. That's wisdom. Knocking, saying, it's not the way it's supposed to be. A woman who learns to speak with integrity, she doesn't need to rehearse every sentence. She doesn't panic when she's misunderstood. And she trusts that clarity over time finds its way home. Her voice becomes a place people can stand. Not a weapon, not a plea, just a presence on the porch. And when she speaks this way, she teaches others how to listen. Not because she demands it, but because truth, spoken whole, has weight.